Oh, last year we had an Indian kid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but they got him.
What does that mean?
I liked him, too.
Wait, what do you mean they got him?
He used to share his Dunkaroos. Good guy.
With my immense knowledge of romance, I believe that I know the key things you need in a relationship. You need love, you need care, you need dismemberment, you need cheating, you need domestic violence. Those are like the key things you need in a relationship. Baby X Ennard has all of that. So I decided that we can take a deep dive into Baby X Ennard because, to be honest, all of the sister location era is batshit insane. Like, I don't know what was in the air, but it made a bunch of middle schoolers mentally insane because I cannot even put myself into the thought process behind some of these videos. So let's get started off light with a video that you guys might recognize.
Alright, Mommy, this is what happened.
One of my favorite ways to see somebody tell a story is using the artistic medium of Five Nights at Freddy's plushies. But sometimes they get into the hands of questionable people.
No, stop it! No! Oh, God, no!
Or into the hands of the next generation of Quentin Tarantinos.
The critics hate my fans. I don't give a damn.
But honestly, there's so many plush videos, we have to narrow it down. And I know I talked about them before, but it's so good, I have to talk about them again. Funny Villager 102, creator of the award-winning film Baby's Pregnant and Baby's Abortion. Fun fact, Baby's Abortion parts 1 and 2 were the last videos they ever uploaded before going completely dark. Funny Villager 102, please come back. I miss my uploads every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's been 2 years without them, and I'm starting to think you aren't gonna come back.
He's back.
He's back!
But I guess if we're going chronological order, I'd assume that in the storyline, Baby's Pregnant takes place first. So let's go ahead and give that a watch. You know, that's definitely a way to start the video. I think that Marty Supreme actually took a little note from this in order to make their intro, which was really cool that they did that. I didn't see any credits to this in the movie, though.
Hey, Funtime Foxy, what you watching? Ah, no. Funtime Foxy, who are you watching? No, I wasn't. Oops. Hey, what's going on over here? Turn off. What was Funtime Foxy watching? He was watching porn.
Okay, so how does Baby get pregnant? That's like what we're here for. Like, it's called Baby's Pregnant. I don't know why I'm so eager to see the pregnancy.
Baby, I want to get intimate with you. What? What's that? Okay, let me tell you what that means.
You know what? Props to Ennard here for explaining to his partner what he wants to do. You know, you guys should take advantage of the consent here because that's not going to be a thing later on in this video. So Baby and Ennard, they have some consensual intercourse, but then there ended up being some collateral damage.
They just did that out in the public. I had to watch everything.
Now, the real question I'm having right now is why didn't they look away? They said they had to watch the entire thing. Were they like strapped to a chair, forced to watch that? Did they have the free will to look away?
Ennard, aren't you and Baby like 14? 13, yes, Baby's 13.
Oh! Oh my fucking god! Oh shit!
Y'all, disregard everything I just said. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Please disregard everything I just said. I'm gonna keep it in the video, but I did not know. Guys, I watched these videos. These are my live reactions. I watched these videos while making the video. Please, I'm actually begging you. Okay, I'm like genuinely uncomfortable, but I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and like maybe this is about teen pregnancy and to avoid teen pregnancy. You know, it might be a good message, guys. Okay, let's have a little bit of hope here. But if it's not, I'm just gonna add a disclaimer. I don't condone any of this shit.
She had a taste of the Ennard spaghetti.
Stop! Please fucking stop it! Please! Oh my fucking god!
I don't want to hear this. I'm leaving. This is getting weird.
I like genuinely feel bad for these two. They have to listen to this shit. Like, it's actually disgusting. Oh my god, I'm still, like, recovering from that bomb that was just dropped on my fucking head.
Ennard and Baby are having a baby. Wait, what are you gonna name the baby? I guess Baby Junior. Oh yeah, Baby Junior. This is wrong on so many levels.
You know, it's actually pretty rare to see some reasonable people in Baby X Ennard media. So take this in now because we're not gonna have this luxury later on. Okay, I got multiple questions, but, I'm genuinely scared to rewatch Baby's abortion again. Because the first time I watched it, I didn't have this, like, knowledge that these characters are minors. I'm scared. I am so fucking scared right now. So I already talked about this in the video right here, but I'm gonna just, you know, do a little bit of a recap for those who don't know about it. It's basically the same exact conflict as the Zootopia abortion comic. So just think about that, but just put Baby X Ennard. But part 2 is probably where it's at because I do not remember anything about part 2. Like, let's be for real right now. Part 2 cannot be as bad as Baby's pregnancy.
Wait, Dr. Mario?
Yeah, the one and only.
No, don't hurt my baby.
Relax, I got another procedure to do right now. But first, time for that abortion.
No!
All right, guys, I should have put a graphic content warning. I'm sorry. That was really disturbing. I think I might need a second to recuperate after that.
Ew, such a lazy movement.
I'm not pregnant anymore.
What the heck? It looks like you're just wearing a clock. Yeah, baby. But anyway, you're not pregnant. Come on, let's go.
All right, guys, so I guess when you get an abortion, you have happy music playing in the background, and then you just jump for joy. I wouldn't know. I'm a man. I don't even know what to say. It's like I've witnessed something that made me so speechless that I can't even commentate on it. Like, I improv all my videos, so like I feel like even if I wrote this video, I wouldn't be able to commentate on what I just witnessed. And the worst part is that that's not the worst video. Genuinely, that is not the worst video. There are worse videos that we're going to be covering. So that scares me a lot. That should scare you too. That should scare everybody watching this video. But let's go ahead and rip off the band-aid and get this over with.
Enjoy being the love of your life. I don't give a shit. Give me my fucking.
You know the saying, putting talent in the hands of a jester? Well, Flipaclip puts talent in the hands of Wattpad readers. The bulk of Baby X Ennard media is probably the Flipaclips. And you know, they always say animation is cinema. Well, I don't think this animation is particularly cinema. And you'll see why, but there is a lot of Baby X Ennard and there's so little time to talk about all of them. So I decided to pick the most interesting ones. Starting off with the most popular one, the Malia series.
Hello, Ballora from Five Nights at Freddy's. I am here to see my circus baby. Yes, I am aware everyone likes her, but she's gonna be stepping aside because I am meant for her. Yes, I am.
So the reason we're doing Malia's first is because Malia's is like 96 parts, and honestly, the story is not that great. It's really fucking boring. It's not boring when the crazy shit happens though, and there's a lot of crazy shit. So Malia's Baby X Ennard isn't really contained to just Baby X Ennard. You see, there's actually multiple different relationships, and for some reason, everybody has a problem with cheating on their partners. I don't know why, and it's never explained. For example, in the first few episodes, we find out that Funtime Freddy is a cheating scumbag. Yeah, he asks out Baby while being in a supposed relationship with Funtime Foxy. What the hell, man? Why are you doing that? And then not to mention that afterwards, Funtime Freddy actually manipulates Funtime Foxy like he wasn't just crushing on Baby. He's like, oh, you know I love you, baby girl. And we'll get into more of this later, but just to mention it, he also beats Funtime Foxy. So it really doesn't get any better.
fun time telling Frederick. What in the fuck do you think you're doing?
And I think the biggest offender here is Lolbit. Lolbit ended up cheating on multiple people somehow. She cheats on Yendo in technicality, Shadow Freddy, and White Bonnie, to the point where Shadow Freddy and White Bonnie fight over Lolbit. What the fuck? And if it sounds complicated, it is, because for some reason, Ennard has this whole yaoi thing going on with half of the male characters.
Pretend to be straight, but he's really gay. Me.
He gets hit on by Yendo, and then when he's daydreaming about Circus Baby, there's like a really close parallel to a similar shot of Funtime Freddy. Are they trying to tell us that Ennard might be a homosexual? That's what I'm thinking. And then there's like another drama when Ballora accidentally kisses Ennard. You know, they fall over and they kiss. It's like a typical conflict in these types of stories. But then for some reason, Baby and Ballora become ops over it. For what? It was an accident. Some of these bitches gotta learn how to put their hands to themselves. That's what I'm just saying. And this shit isn't even in the top 3 craziest things that happen in this series, by the way. I'm pretty sure the location that Malia series takes place in can be pretty comparable to Purgatory, due to the fact that unfortunately, dying a horrible, gruesome death doesn't get you out of it. And some of the characters can be described using that one video of the people describing King Von.
He was a serial killer who bragged about killing people, and he professed and confessed to be a demon.
Yeah, I know it's very hard to believe that this young, smiling man over here would try and succeed at sliming out his daughter multiple times. I feel as if Purple Guy's entire character was just to be the biggest menace physically conceivably possible. He is somehow a domestic abuser and a murderer at the same time. And he doesn't even only go after Baby. In one episode, he literally slimes out Ballora for whatever reason. Then he uses Zawaldo to fucking kill a random ass doctor. What did he even do, bro? Man. Josh, come back, Josh. We miss you, man. Fuck. There's even a scene where he pushes his wife and causes her to have a miscarriage. And then when Circus Baby tries to hold the baby, he just bitch slaps the fuck out of her. And the things I'm talking about right now basically barely scratch the surface of what he's done. That's how bad it is. And just to remind you guys, he is not even close to the worst person in the series. That's right. Pushing your wife and causing her to have a miscarriage isn't even close to the worst thing that happens. But you know what is pretty close to the worst thing? Ennard must have killed Malia's grandma, because I don't know any other reasons why Ennard would be a reincarnate of Mando Pony and Black Griffin combined into one with Diddy. And I hope you know that that is not an overreaction. That is like probably the lightest way I can describe it. Let's just chronologically look at all the shit Ennard does, because it gets worse and worse as the series goes on. And just want to give you a little reminder, he's either tied with or is nearly as bad as the worst actions in the series. So Ennard actually starts out as a pretty normal dude, I would say. But he really starts to go downhill after people start getting married. He gets jealous and he's like, I want to get married too. And I guess this is teaching us the lesson that marriage is just not worth it, because it'll turn you into a megamaniacal maniac. Because a little bit later in the story, Baby ends up bitch slapping Ennard like he's in the Zootopia abortion comic. Then he fucking chokes her right in front of their daughter. And not only that, he literally threatens her to not break up with him. What the hell? He was perfectly fine before he got married. And Baby ends up stuck in this like abusive relationship because she loves him too much. So she just can't stay away from him. They actually try. They do a little challenge. It's like, let's see how long we can stay away from each other. And she fails. They both fail. And it's not healthy at all. I don't know what the hell is wrong with them. But I mean, I guess I understand, you know, she doesn't see that it's abusive. But it's really abusive. Your husband choked you. And please don't take this as me victim blaming kidding. We're talking about a Baby X Ennard ship series right now. Because not only does he actually beat his wife, he has dreams about killing his wife. And you would think reasonably, you know, maybe he'll learn after he beats his wife the first time. If you thought that, you're a fucking idiot. That would never happen because he beats his wife again. And worse the second time, actually. In fact, there's actually a 2-episode gap between 2 separate instances of abuse. That's right. In one episode, he forcefully grabs Baby's arm aggressively in front of the children again, by the way, and then gives her a heart attack. And then 2 episodes later, Ennard finds Baby's diary, gets angry from what's written in it, then punches his wife square in the goddamn face. He punches her so hard, in fact, her eyeball comes out. 2-episode gap, by the way. And then one of the last things we see Ennard do before the series just cuts off is Ennard jacking off to Circus Baby right in front of Funtime Freddy. You guys think that's weird? We're not even done yet. We got one last thing to talk about. Ennard is willing to expose himself to children. That is not a joke. I will repeat it for you. Ennard is willing to expose himself to children.
Okay, I won't prick you anymore, I swear! Kids are watching this series, Ennard!
Oops. Well, in that case, I should take my pants off too, so it will be more worse. Wait, baby, put the gun down, baby, put it down! Baby threatens to kill herself after hearing that, and I would too. And if you think that's the only instance of something like this happening, it's not. There's way, way more. Yendo and Enobi is really in this morally gray area, but it's somehow as bad, if not worse, than Baby X Ennard. Because where Baby and Ennard, like, both got in a relationship because they loved each other, Yendo got into a relationship with Enobi entirely against his will, essentially. So basically, Enobi is Circus Baby's daughter, and Yendo was like a grown-ass man at the time of Enobi being a literal child. And Enobi had this like childhood crush on Yendo to the point that when she grew up, she wanted to get with Yendo. And Yendo was opposed to that. You love me? I thought we were just friends. Well, actually, I never really thought of dating you because I don't love you. We were just friends and always gonna be friends, okay? Reasonably. Until Enobi threatens to kill herself if Yendo doesn't date her.
I just want to kill myself. A life without love is nothing. What's the point of living?
Keegan, I'm gonna end it. You're frozen. I can't tell. We're gonna end it, okay? I just don't want you to be offended. Ending it. And oh.
I wasn't kidding when I said it was literally against his will. And the funniest part is I'm pretty sure most of the people in the pizzeria or whatever this takes place in, I'm pretty sure most of them are completely uncomfortable by this. Like the one time they do PDA, I think everybody who saw it was just purely uncomfortable. So you have all of this shit, and then it just gets worse because for some reason Enobi makes a kid without Yendo's consent and then forces him into marriage. And then for some reason, Ennard is like encouraging this stuff. And then if you think that Yendo getting forced into this very morally gray relationship is bad, it gets worse. Because Funtime Froxy and Papalora is literally when the underage furry you've been spying finally turns legal. So around episode 85 of the series, Funtime Froxy and Papalora meet, and the child falls in love immediately. You know, they have a little crush, and you know, that's fine. That's perfectly reasonable. You know, we have our childhood crushes sometimes. You know, I had a massive crush on Flamingo when I was younger. Does it look like we're together right now? Unfortunately not. And then the next episode, the puppet's child confesses to Funtime Froxy. And you know, Funtime Froxy can play it off as a flustered nervousness, you know, a little bit uncomfortable. Because reasonably, I would also be uncomfortable if a child is being like, hey, I'm gonna be with you when I grow up. No, the fuck you're not. He gives us a little bit of hope when he says, kill me. You know, maybe he's like actually genuinely uncomfortable, and then it completely shatters when we find out he actually is just a pedophile in training.
I would like that, but you're too young. You're just a little girl. But I said when I grow up. Oh. Well, that's all right, I guess.
Stop, okay? Stop!
And to make it even worse, the parents are perfectly fine with this. Like, they're fine with Funtime Froxy flirting with a literal near newborn, and she's only grown up weeks by the time they actually start dating.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
And I'm very confused about the aging process for these animatronics because it says that she had only grown up a few weeks. Are they like dogs? Like, how does this work? They're literally robots. But overall, Malia, I don't know what she was on making this entire series. It's just 90-something episodes of pure... I don't even know how to describe it in words, honestly. I do know what I felt watching it, though. Pain, agony, boredom, suffering. I had to watch Malia's Baby X Ennard series so many times to the point where I was numb watching it. I watched it at least fully start to finish like 12 times making this video. I was sick and tired of it. I was actually ripping at my skin because of how many times I had to sit through that entire goddamn series. But you have no idea how happy I was when I found a Baby X Ennard series with actual storyline and actual personalities to the characters besides killing everybody every 5 seconds. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down. Similar to Malia's series, I'm not going to explain everything that happens in this word for word. You know, you could always watch it yourself. It'll be in the description. So this entire series is in Spanish, so I'll do my best to translate the sections I talk about. I'm also, you know, as much as I am Hispanic, I am not a Spanish speaker, so bear with me. But let me just show off some of my favorite things in this Baby X Ennard series. For some reason, this series has a bunch of cameos, and I'm not talking like other animatronic cameos. I'm talking completely other franchises are just merging in with this series. Like at some point, the Slendytubbies show up. Just no reason in the background for a little gag. And then y'all think that Slendytubbies is crazy. No, because then later on, we get more cameos. We got celebrities here, y'all. We got the Meatly looking ass motherfucker, Pennywise.
Cherry. Another cherry. Oh, come on, one more.
And Slenderman, all in the same shot at one point. And if you thought we were at Avengers Doomsday levels of cameos, just get ready for this. We got Cyborg, Homer, Sans, and Baldy all in the same frame. And then for some reason, some bumblebees start showing up out of nowhere.
Come on, you guys know I was just kidding, right?
Way to go, Squidward. You ruined his favorite fucking holiday for him. And for what? Because he fucking bothered you at work?
And then afterwards, it just goes back to the plot like nothing happened whatsoever. We didn't just see Baldy, Cyborg, Sans, and Homer staring at us. That didn't happen, y'all. You're just hallucinating. Other than the cameos, this series seems to fall into the everyone hates baby plotline. But instead of her father trying to murder her every 5 seconds, it ends up being Ballora. I swear to God, I don't know why everyone's so jealous about Baby and Ennard. I don't know why everybody wants Ennard. He's not that attractive. But for some reason, Ballora is just really, really jealous of their relationship. Once again, not that attractive. So there's a part in the series where Baby, Ennard, and I guess Ballora all go to some sort of fair. And when Baby goes to the bathroom, Ballora follows her, then pepper sprays her. All with happy music in the background, by the way. And if pepper spraying isn't enough, how about we add on tying her up and duct taping her mouth, then locking her up inside of a bathroom stall? What the fuck? I think Ballora genuinely needs a visit from Nightmare. Hey, can somebody call up Nightmare? We gotta get this bitch a lesson. So then this random OC walks into the bathroom and ends up saving Baby. Which in turn gives us one of the funniest images out of any of these videos by far.
Which where does Queen T-E-Nos go?
So she helps Baby, and Baby, reasonably out of panic, runs out. And instead of being like, you know what? I helped somebody today. I'm proud of myself. They're like, I help somebody and I don't even get a thank you. Bitch, she was literally pepper sprayed. And then when she ends up in the hospital, she just looks high the entire time. So I'm now wondering if that wasn't pepper spray and that was just weed. And the main reason I think that it's actually weed is because when Bellora's being questioned, she drops this thing that looks like a vape. And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the weapon she attacked Baby with. If it looks like a vape, does that mean that she was just spraying weed juice in Baby's eyes? And she had to be using some secret formula because Baby's eyes are still red in the next episode. But as per usual, the violence isn't just centered in on Baby herself. No, everybody gets the hands. In fact, Ennard is actually a Russian spy led by Bonnet.
I'm telling you now, I have plans that I cannot share with you right now because the haters will sabotage me. I have plans that I cannot share with you right now because the haters will sabotage me.
That could go perfectly right. Like, there's no way that can go wrong at all. Honestly, reasonably, most of the bodies end up stemming from this entire spy plotline. And it's honestly because Bonnet in this series is basically what Purple Guy is to Malia's series.
She was a serial killer who bragged about killing people. And she professed and confessed to be a demon.
But before we get into all that murder, we end up seeing karma at its finest because Funtime Foxy just slimes out Bellora. And then later on in a marriage episode, we basically get a massacre on screen. And it's not even like a gradual increase in violence, no. The first death is Bon Bon getting fucking shot and killed. And then Bonnet proceeds to slime out her biggest asset. And it is probably the most dramatic scene I've ever seen in one of these fucking things. Oh my god, that rhymes. I was wondering if you... Baby! You're not going anywhere, bitch! Would you like to be my wife?
Ennard! Wow, I can't believe it. I always knew you had something special, and now I know.
Bonnet! Go to hell, baby!
So, Ennard, yes!
Baby! Watch out! What the fuck? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh fuck!
Hey guys, King Chicken here. Just coming in to say that Ennard did not brutally die and he is perfectly fine. The blood on the screen was ketchup and he was just hit by a Nerf dart.
No, don't pull. No. Ah! So then I guess Baby thinks she has some like weird sense of revenge she needs to get. So she tries to kill the person who killed her husband, but ends up sliming out somebody completely innocent.
Or the giant fucking mural of Hitler?
Oh fuck, how'd I miss that?
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
What up, my fellow FNAF Today, Uncle Smanic is gonna bring you down a journey and give you a tour of the Baby X Enter art gallery.
$1,000. Oh, no!
Here we have a beautiful art piece made by the FNAF fandom legend, Goldbox, also known as Mobox87. Back in the good old days of 2016, Goldbox was a huge idol of mine. I used to follow their art religiously, and I thought they had a really cool style in comparison to other artists in the fandom, even though their version of Enter kind of looks like a VivziePop character. You know, since it's been so long, I quite wonder what they've been up to lately. Oh, god damn it!
Come on, man, I can't have shit in this house!
Alright, next one, Suicide Squad.
What, we some kind of Suicide Squad?
What do we have here?
Here we have a beautiful drawing made by, to be honest, I don't fucking know who. Like, I've looked everywhere. Ennard is cuddling Baby after a long day of blowing up a children's hospital. And overall, it's a very sweet and wholesome moment whenever Joker is clanking the shit out of Harley. I give this 4 Jokerized Christian Bale Batmans out of 5.
Joker. What the fuck are you talking about?
The teenagers that you're referring to were my Discord kittens.
Next we have, god damn!
Stop fucking nutting on me! Stop! Rigby, stop! Rigby, it wasn't me.
Yeah, that's all I have left in me. Go watch Mama Named Me Sheriff.
Turn down! Celia killing, how like now what? Well, we better be where son, cause Mama named me Sheriff.